Years ago, I would always rag on me versus dating, and online dating in general. I would always say, what's the fucking point if you don't actually interact with a person face to face? How could you possibly love that person if you're only talking to them online? And when it comes to me versus dating, yeah, I still find that ridiculous all these years later. Let's be honest, 99% of me versus relationships, quote unquote, were between two elementary schoolers who didn't know what the fuck love is. Simpler times. But going back to online dating in general, have my thoughts changed all these years later? Yeah, online dating is personally something I probably won't partake in, but if one is in an online relationship and they know for a fact that the person they are talking to is in fact the person they say they are, why should I have any issue? I used to be so hard-nosed and say, no, if you're in an online relationship, you're stupid because you don't know who that person you're talking to is. And yes, in a lot of cases, people don't know who they're talking to online. And in that instance, I say, yeah, it's probably not best to be in a relationship with someone who you don't 100% know who they are. But I've also heard a lot of success stories surrounding online dating. They meet up eventually, they really hit it off. Maybe even later down the line, they even get married. Now, does that make up even half of the people who have dated online? Yeah, almost certainly not. But I feel it's still unfair to completely write off online dating because of the positive experiences that have stemmed from it. Face-to-face interaction is not the only form of communication anymore. For better or for worse, I'll let you decide that, but it is undeniable that the internet has radically shifted the way we communicate to people. Many scoff at the idea of forming such a bond with someone who you never talk to face to the point where you begin to feel romantic feelings for them, but I don't feel that's so absurd. People in my generation were born into the internet age, so this has been an established form of communication for our entire lives. If you talk to a person long enough, you begin to feel a sense of closeness to them. This has been the case for face-to-face friendships and relationships for millennia, and I feel it's no different when it comes to online. Just because you're not talking to a person face to face, just because they may be words on your monitor, doesn't make the words they're typing out any less real. There is still as much feeling and care put behind the words one types to someone they're close to as there would be if they were verbally talking to that person face to face. And not to mention, typing is not the only form of communication on the internet. There's voice chat, there's even video calls. If you're in an online relationship with someone and they refuse to voice chat and show themselves on their webcam, yeah, that's a major red flag, and I say run the fuck away. And honestly, I would say wait until you know what the person's voice sounds like and what they look like before diving into an online relationship, but that's just me. But again, if someone is 100% sure that the person they're talking to is legit, they voice chatted, they video chatted, and they formed such a close bond with that person to the point where they want to begin dating them online, I say, what's the harm? The relationship may not be on a face-to-face level, but I don't think that makes it any less real. Here is my philosophy. If one can form a close friendship with someone who they've only spoken to online, then they can form a romantic relationship with someone who they've only spoken to online. Just make sure that you 100% trust the person that you're speaking to first, because I don't think you want to be the subject of a catfish episode. But all in all, I don't inherently hate online dating as a concept, but it is still not for me. I'm personally the kind of person that wants to form a close bond with someone on a face-to-face level. Talking to someone online and interacting with a person face-to-face are two entirely different things for me. This isn't to say I don't care about the people who I only speak to online. I've formed some pretty good friendships with people who I'm probably never going to meet in real life. But when it comes to a person I'm intimately involved with, I'd like to have that face-to-face interaction with them. It would make me feel even more connected to them, if you know what I'm saying. But even despite all of that, if one is in a successful online relationship with a person they 100% trust, then I have no reason to spit on them. I can acknowledge that online dating is personally not for me, but if it works for other people, I am happy for them. A lot of people seem to not think the same thing. They think, what a fucking loser. They can't find love in real life, so they turn to their computer. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. And there are plenty of people out there with poor social skills in real life, and if they're able to form a strong connection with a person online, I'd say that's a good thing. It's better than having absolutely no one in life, and I have poor social skills too, so Maybe I would benefit from online dating. I don't know. My dad has pressured me to make a Tinder. I tried that shit for a little bit, but it's really not for me at all. But again, if it works for other people, more power to them. And I think online relationships are totally valid. That's all I have to say. Bye bye.